A very good morning, children. Welcome to our English class. Today we will be doing our grammar topic. So, today's topic is pronouns. What are pronouns? Why do we have to use pronouns? Pronouns are the words that replaces nouns. The examples of some of the pronouns are I, me, she, we, they, who, that, yours, his, her, it, etc. So these are some of the pronouns which I have mentioned. Now, what is the need to use pronouns? Nishta loves to work. Nishta is efficient because Nishta is hardworking. Nishta's work is excellent. Isn't it sounding good, children? Absolutely not. Because the word Nishta is getting repeated again and again. Hence, to avoid those repetitions, we need to use pronouns. So, in place of Nishta, which is a noun, we can use the other words. What are these other words? Now, Nishta loves to work. She is efficient because she is hardworking. Her work is excellent. How is this, children? Isn't it good? Yes. Instead of using Nishita again, we can use the words like she, her, and there are many other pronouns which can be used. So, the first set of sentences sound repetitive. When we speak, we do not want to keep repeating a noun. Now, what is a noun? Noun is nothing but a name of a person, place, or thing. Every time we have to refer to it, we use a pronoun instead of a noun. So, children, let's find out as to how many types of nouns we are going to learn today. Today, we will be learning about personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns, possessive pronouns, relative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, distributive pronoun, demonstrative pronouns. Now, there are 8 pronouns over here which we would be studying. So, personal pronouns. Personal pronouns refers to people. We use personal pronouns in place of persons or people that we are talking about. We use the first pronoun I and we to speak ourselves. For example, I like ice cream. We eat ice cream frequently. So, children, let's look at each pronoun in detail. Now, personal pronouns over here are the list. When are we going to use singular pronouns and when are we going to use plural pronouns? In what context are we going to use these pronouns? Now, there are 3 persons, first person, second person and third person. So, let's understand what exactly is the first person. Now, we use the first person pronoun I and we to speak of ourselves. I repeat again, we use first person pronoun I and we to speak of ourselves. Now, I already gave you the example. I like ice cream. We eat ice creams frequently. Here, I and we are the personal pronouns which we are speaking of our own selves. Okay, now let's move on to the reflexive pronoun. So before we go to reflexive pronoun, I'd like to say something about the second person as well. The second person pronoun you is used to address the person we are speaking to. I repeat, the second person pronoun is used to address the person we are speaking to. For example, you must tell me what you think. You must tell me what you think. Over here, you is used as the second person. Now, third person, the third person pronouns he, she, it, they are used when we talk of anybody or anything. The third person pronouns he, she, it, and they are used when we talk of anybody or anything else. I take an example. He looks happy. Take this knife and put it in the kitchen. Now here, he looks happy. We are talking about the third person, he. Take this knife and put it in the kitchen. Here, it is the personal pronoun which is used in case of neutered gender. When it is not a male, neither the female, we use it. It is used for objects or for animals or for unknown genders. Now, children, a pronoun can be a subject as well as an object of the verb. Okay, now I hope we are clear till here. Let's move on to the next one, that is the reflexive pronoun. Now, what is a reflexive pronoun, children? Reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that refers to the subject and is necessary to the basic meaning of the sentences. The reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that refers to the subject and is necessary to the basic meaning of the sentence. Examples of the reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, yourself, ourselves, themselves, and yourselves. Okay, so these are the examples of the reflexive pronouns. Now, these are something which you need to by heart. Now, in some cases, you have to use ourselves, themselves. In some cases, you need to use only a singular form: himself, itself, herself, myself, and yourself. Okay, children. So I cut my hair myself. We must learn to laugh at ourselves. Now, here is the difference. Myself is a singular form and ourselves are the plural form. So, I cut my hair myself. In this sentence, I performs the duty of cutting the hair, and at the same time I receive the action of the hair being cut. I repeat it. I perform the action of cutting the hair, and at the same time I receive the action of the hair being cut. So I is the person me. I'm cutting the hair as well as my hair is being cut. I hope you got this. So, children, in the second example, we must learn to laugh at ourselves. In the second sentence, the doer of the action is we, and at the same time, we receive the action of being laughed at. So, reflexive pronoun, there are two things happening. The person himself does that, and the action being taken happens on the person itself. Okay, children. Now, let's look at how we have to use when it is in the singular form or in the plural form. Now, whenever we are using it in the singular form, I, the reflexive pronoun will be myself, you, yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself. Now, in the plural form, when we are using the subject pronoun, we are going to use ourselves, you, yourselves, they, themselves. So children, I hope you understood. So if you are writing the PDF, definitely you will understand. If not, please watch the video again. Now, what are possessive pronouns? This is another type of pronouns. Possessive shows the ownership. They show something belongs to someone or something. In other words, they possess something. For example, if we want to show that a book belongs to the boy, it would be stated as the boy's book. Isn't that, children? Okay, so when we want to show possession, we use possessive pronouns. I'll give you some more examples. The possessive pronoun is a pronoun that is used to indicate possession or ownership. This pen is my pen, not your pen. This pen is mine, not yours. So here, the ones which is highlighted in blue and green. My pen, mine, yours, your pen. So these are the words which are used as a possessive pronouns. Mine, this is my laptop, it's mine. Yours, how do you use this? These glasses are mine, not yours. His, now how do you use this pronoun? This possessive pronoun. This is my brother's book, it's his. He offered to swap his camera for hers. He offered to swap his camera for hers. Ours, I'll show you to your room. Ours is next door. So ours is next door. Yours, the house is yours. Here the position is telling yours. Theirs, the ship is theirs. Children? So children, let's start with our next kind of pronoun, that's relative pronoun. Now, what's a relative pronoun? A relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or pronoun. You see them used every day, with the most common relative pronouns being who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and that. Here, Peter is the one who gifted me a scarf. Now she is telling she has a scarf, and she is telling who has gifted the scarf. Now she's emphasizing that Peter has gifted the scarf. So Peter is the one who gifted me the scarf. It is made up of a fabric that is very soft. Now she is again describing that the scarf is made of fabric that is a relative pronoun, is very soft, which means it is focusing on the person and the thing which she wants to stress upon. So children, let us understand that relative pronouns, for example, I like rasgulla. Rasgulla is a popular sweet. I like rasgulla, which is a popular sweet. So which over here refers to the relative pronoun. So let's see more examples. Who. Now how are we going to use this who? It is used to refer the people. Example, the man who works at the post office is very kind. So here, who, the man who works in the post office, is very kind. Now how do we use the word which? It is used to refer to animals and objects. For example, Tina has bunch of flowers which his friends bought. Tina has a bunch of flowers which his friend brought. Now, whose? It is used to refer to possession. Example, whose that dictionary? Have you seen The girl whose father. Have you seen the girl whose father? All right. Have you seen the girl whose father we met yesterday? That's what it meant. Okay. So we are relating to the previous person or previously seen object. So that is the next relative pronoun. So how do we use that? It is used to refer to people or animals. It can replace who or which as well. Examples here are given. The blue jacket that she is putting on belongs to her friend. So here, the blue jacket that she is putting on belongs to her friend. So here, children, that is something which we are using in place of which or who. It can also be used in place of who. Now, where? It used to refer places. Now, generally, the hotel where we slept was excellent. Yes, this relative pronoun were is used to the place. In this example, hotel is the place where we are talking about. So when is a relative pronoun, it is used to refer to time. So that was the day when my sister was born. So here when indicates the time, when exactly the sister was born. So it indicates the time. So where indicates the place, and that refers to people and animals. It can also replace who or which. Whose is used to refer to possession. Which is used to refer to animals and objects. Who is used to refer people. So children, let us look at our next kind of pronoun. That's the interrogative pronoun. Okay, now as soon as you hear interrogative, you must be understanding that we have already heard this word somewhere. Yes, in kinds of sentences, we have heard this word called interrogative. Yes, here in pronouns also we have interrogative pronouns. Now, as the word indicates, interrogative, which means the questions. The pronouns used to ask questions are called an interrogative pronouns. Now, I'll give you some of the examples. Who, whom, which, whose, where, when, why, what, how. Now, who is the word which is used to ask questions about people. Subject. For example, subject. Whom, it asks questions about people, objects. Now, which asks questions about animals and objects. Whose, it asks questions about positions, as we have already heard. Where asks questions about place. When asks questions about time. Why asks questions about a reason. What asks questions about things. How asks questions about manner. So children, now I'll give you some examples. Who is the culprit? Whom should I ask? Whose is this bag? Which is your car? What does he do? So these are some of the examples. In the PDF, you can see more examples. Okay, now let's get on to the next kind of sentence, that is the next kind of pronouns, that is the distributive pronoun. Now let us understand what exactly the distributive pronouns are. Now, the pronouns which refer to persons or thing one at a time are called distributive pronouns. So examples are either, neither, each. These are some of the examples. So how do we use them? You can drink either tea or coffee. So anyone, whenever we are trying to differentiate either of it, if there are two things, whenever we are trying to differentiate between two things, we use either. You can either drink tea or coffee. Now, next example. She can neither see TV nor play. So, she cannot see TV nor play. Neither means cannot. She can neither see TV nor play. So, here also we are using the differentiation between two things, TV and play. So, it refers to a person or the thing one at a time. Each of us bought the book. Here, each is a distributive pronoun. Give the chocolates to each. So, each, either, neither are some of the examples of the distributive pronoun. Let's go ahead in understanding demonstrative pronouns. Now, what are the demonstrative pronouns? Demonstrative, as the word suggests, that it demonstrate where the objects, it shows the position and the belongingness. For example, here as you see in the picture, the boys are pointing out to the apples, those, that, this and these. Children, I'll give you some more examples after I explain this. Those and that are used to refer something which are very far. This and these are something which are referred, which are closer. Now, these and those are used in the plural form. This and that is used in a singular form. Okay, I hope you understood about the demonstrative pronoun. So children, I want you to write down the PDF and go through the video if you do not understand. Please write down the notes in your grammar book. Thank you so much. You have a nice day. Bye-bye for now.